Kanu escapes another bandit onslaught. Nnamdi Kanu and several inmates escape another onslaught, and a lot of people have started asking questions that this attack is becoming unusual. It's becoming unusual. It's becoming consistent. That unlike before, attack in Sokoto is not, it's not as rampant as other locations or other states or other communities there in the northern part of Nigeria. But what we can see now, every now and then, attack, 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 and it is not just a mere attack; it's an attack that is very close to the prison. Because just not the same time we heard that what bandits attacked and raided Shala community in what Toba ward in Isa local government of Sokoto. One was killed, another one was injured. The Nigerian media might not want to bring out the full happenings of this reported attack there close to the prison or the correctional center there in Sokoto, and it's becoming rampant. It was not only that location. Another location was what in Kiba, close to rural community, then Sokoto, very very close to what to where Nnamdi Kanu is. A lot of people are asking, is there an agenda to eliminate Nnamdi Kanu? And if this really comes to fusion, you don't think this might be the end of one Nigeria? Because I don't see any point where Nnamdi Kanu should be taken down from Abuja, from the Kuje facility down to, the Sokoto prison, because this is somebody that what has to appeal, has to fight for his freedom. We know that it's not yet over, and I don't know why Justice Omotosho, according to report or according to some findings, this man or this judge don't have the prerequisites to shift or to take Nnamdi Kanu or order Nnamdi Kanu to go to what to another prison facility. It doesn't have that jurisdiction to do that. But what you can see now is as if you know the current onslaught going on in Sokoto, is becoming rampant every now and then. Even the Sultan of Sokoto is not saying anything as regards this continuous, continuous onslaught by these bandits. He's not saying anything, and people life are at stake. People life are in danger when they are in that prison, because the bandits can come and strike at any given moment. They can come, they can strike at any given moment. So I think it's that time the courts, that time the people are in charge, the federal government, the president himself, finally order for the location of Nnamdi Kanu's, because Nnamdi Kanu life, is so precious to the people of the southern eastern part of Nigeria. Because if anything should happen to Nnamdi Kanu in that Sokoto prison, I don't think is what that we are saying and that we will be saying. You understand? So the president, the court, because Nnamdi Kanu has filed a motion, but I think the federal court, they are opposing this motion. They are what rejecting this motion that what that Nnamdi Kanu be taken back to Abuja so that he can easily file his that he can easily start his documentation or for his appeal. You understand? Because all these are just shenanigans, are just wasting of time, of this man time. This man has spent close to how many years fighting for the same thing, no headway, and this is really painful. It's really painful that Nnamdi Kanu will continue facing this, marginalization, from Nigeria. Is it because he's an Igbo man? Yes. A lot of people say because he's an Igbo man, that's why this is continuously happening. This is someone that has said that the Fulani agenda is to Islamize Nigeria, and is really what is coming to pass. We've even seen the Bandit strike close to Aso Rock. That's where the president is. That's where the president is. The bandits have even strike close to where the president is currently living. So what does that tell you? That no man is safe in this country. that what Nnamdi Kanu said in time past is what is really happening. Is what is really happening. So, although the other day, the governor of Sokoto, the governor of Abia State were in what? Were in, you know, were in the Sokoto facility or correctional facility to visit Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, they were there to visit Nnamdi Kanu. And I think it's our time the court do the needful by what? By suing to the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is being moved away from Sokoto. Let him start his, documentation for his appeal, which is his right. It's his right to appeal. He's not satisfied, and he can never be satisfied with the judgment that Omotosho passed or that Omotosho gave. We know that he has won in the appeal severally in 2022. He won there. Even after he won, we know what happened. The federal government refused to allow this man go. They refused to allow him go. And at the same time, the UN National Working Committee have come out to what? Order for his release. The UN Working Committee have come out to, say that the Nigerian government should allow this man go. And I don't know whether I think they are scared that, Nnamdi Kanu might still get another win in that appeal. They know that it's possible that Nnamdi Kanu gets another winning in during this appeal. So they are being skeptical. We don't know what is really going on. To me personally, I don't think we are one in this country because of all these, shenanigans that is happening. And to this man, a lot of countries have intervened. They've talked as regards this. Even the United Nations have said they should let him go. But up to this moment, there are no headways. There are no headways. The other day we heard when the US Congress were saying that what? Nnamdi Kanu should be let go. Nnamdi Kanu should be set free. That he doesn't deserve to be where he is. Doesn't deserve to be where he is. So Nnamdi Kanu should be let go of what is happening currently, of him being in the Sokoto Correctional Center, because these bandits are not playing. They are not joking. They are not joking. These guys really mean business. Because make we not wake up one day in the morning and hear say, Bandit don't attack Sokoto prison. They do this, they do that. No, let us not hear story that touch. It will be so painful. It will be so annoying. It will be so annoying. So let the needful be done. Let Nnamdi Kanu be moved. And everybody are waiting to see what will happen tomorrow. Whether, Nnamdi Kanu will be, whether Nnamdi Kanu will be allowed, we appear in court tomorrow for that motion of him being transferred. Will it be an empty docket, or at the same time will the DSS allow him? Will we see convoy taking him down to Kuje, where the court will be taking proceedings?
As we proceed with our operations, we must ensure precision and dedication in every task. Nnamdi Kanu's personality is difficult to explain. I think his supporters here in prison are increasing daily in hundreds. The federal government should do something now before it is too late, because he is taking over the prison. As we proceed with our operations, we must ensure precision and dedication in every task. Nnamdi Kanu's personality is difficult to explain. I think his supporters here in prison are increasing daily in hundreds. The federal government should do something now before it is too late, because he is taking over the prison.
But there was an alleged report last that Nnamdi Kanu is winning ICC because ICC are demanding telling Omotosho to come and show them the law that permits him to convict and sentence Kanu to. They said, and at the same time, even Trump himself has gotten an executive summary as regards to the sentence, and ICC is telling Omotosho come and defend this. If it's true, do you think that Omotosho will be jittering at this moment?
Sure, it should. Even in the sick bed, it's supposed to be jittering. You understand? ICC is not. I told you people that ICC is not Nigeria, and Nyako have already said the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shouldn't be treated or handled in Nigeria. That it should be handled in ICC. That is his level, his grade. You understand? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is getting upper hand because, like I earlier said, you cannot judge somebody without a law backing your judgment. So where is the law? You know, I even saw on this thing now whereby it have gotten a T-shirt now. Omotosho, where is the law? Where is the law? People are now coming out with clothes regarding to that. A protest 3 days ago took place in United States of America, and was it not last week or no? What is today? Okay, today is Friday. On Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, this very week there was an urgent meeting held by congressmen. You understand? There was an urgent meeting, and they all condemned Nigeria, and they condemned Nigerian judgment. They condemned Nigerian judicial department. They condemn everything about Nigeria. So you understand? Pushing and telling Donald Trump, go ahead, we fully back you. And anytime Congress supported any government in America, that means the whole world is fully behind that government. That is what it means. So Omotosho should be different because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will definitely win. Is winning already. You must have a fact of in your judgment. Why are you listing? You list according to the list. The farmer said Nnamdi Kanu with a woman in Kenya. Is it against the law? Is it not a man? What is man and woman meant for? No be made and day together. But did the Kenya tell you that it's against their law? When Kenya judged the case, did the Kenya tell you that they kidnapped Kanu because of that? Did they tell you that they see Kanu with a woman, or Nigerian carry it as a propaganda? See, there are some, I don't know, Nigerians, all these Nigerian politicians and some judges like Omotosho, they are fools. I'm telling you the gospel truth. They are fools, and they think that every other people are as foolish as they are. Men are there to reason. Men are there to think. Men are there are wising up every day, constitutionally, lawfully. You understand? And you are here burying your knowledge, crucifying your image, thinking that you are doing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. By the time the case is being officially cleared in ICC, then I wonder what will be the fate of Omotosho, because definitely they will come for him. And his certificate is already entering the red carpet, the black list. Yes, no. Citing security risks. Of course, if US Donald Trump can ban France, George too, and Brazil, who is Omotosho? Omotosho that cannot read very well. Omotosho did not go to school, only go through it. Don't you see that? He cannot even speak very well, frankly. A whole judge, a man, all these court and name, lawyers. They carry banner put on his head and call him judge. I beg, let's move away. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will definitely deal with them as usual. We deal with them. He's dealing with them already, and I will confess to it. And Tinubu must bow. Tinubu must bow.
Kanu's incarceration has taken a
He's begging who? Lesotho is not begging Tinubu. It's you people that don't understand it. The game. It was Tinubu that invited Lesotho. You know, Nigerians know how to turn things upside down, and that is why you are not making way. You cannot go far. You not go better. Nigeria no go better because they are not speaking the truth. He invited Lesotho to have a political discussion because in this whole southeast now it's only Lesotho that the Igbos, the Biafrans, after Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is paying attention to. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is looking for a means at least because they have told him you cannot get any vote in the east come 2027. He's looking for a competent person that can talk to people if he can get single vote.
But the way the US Congress has said, do you think Tinubu will come back again? Because another congressman, Randy Fine, has said is seeking the division of Nigeria. Randy
Fine is speaking the truth. The best yes, it was on Wednesday's speech. Randy Fine said, no, Randy Fine have reason with Donta.
He's asking
the
the
NATO
court to
chief.
transfer him
You
to
know, that one
facility
gave
with his
Donald Trump
jurisdiction.
straight. You don't need to go and stress yourself. You know, Donald Trump said they are coming with land. You understand that we give it to Nigerian terrorists, both land and every corner. But now they are telling him, I love what the man is saying. He's stopping, he's supporting junta now. Yes, just come and divide the country. Everybody go.
But the real
It will
drama
be
happened when
instead
the
of
case was
wasting
called.
bullets and
Kanu sacked his
you
legal
understand.
team before the judgment, and
Instead of
decided to
wasting
defend
bullets,
himself.
stressing
There was no lawyer to stand for him to
U.S.
defend.
Army,
Instead,
giving
his
them
younger
stress,
brother, Prince
you
Emmanuel
know,
Kanu,
and what
stood
have
up
you?
and
Just come
announced
and
his
divide
appearance
it,
for
let
the IPOB
everybody have
leader.
their.
Justice
And then
Sokoto
if the
was
Fulani
happy
now
with
rise up, we now know that
Prince
this is
Emmanuel
okay, this
immediately,
is it.
telling him
Then
bluntly, you cannot represent
therefore we
a human
rise
being
up
when you are
and
not a
conquer
lawyer.
the enemies
For you
the
to
way
be
we did
qualified
it
as a
before.
lawyer, it will
Thunder
take you
Babu
another
Kwehu
6
never.
years or thereabouts. The judge
But do you know the
refused to
Fulanis
give him
are
an
prepared that
audience,
just like
insisting that
all
only a
this,
legal
do you know they are
practitioner
prepared
can
for
move such
from
a motion.
just like I said,
He advised the
they are
Fulani
saying
Excuse me,
these
how
people
many
are
are
people,
the
they are prepared for
Fulanis?
America.
Legal Aid Council
Excuse me, how many
has
are
made
the
it clear that
Fulanis? How many
family
are the
ties do
Igbos?
not equal legal standing in his court.
That is the question you should
He didn't
ask
stop
yourself.
there. He
How
also
many
took
are
a
the
swab at
Fulanis and
Aloy
how many are the
Ejimakor, Kanu's
Biafrans?
former lawyer who is now
We
a
overcome
consultant.
Nigeria before, we
Justice
still do
Omotosho
it
warned
again.
against misleading the public,
Yeah,
referring to
you
Ejimakor's
know,
recent
in
interview claiming
67
that
to
Kanu needs to
70,
be physically
when the UK
present to
and co,
compile his
because of
record
their
of appeal.
selfish interest,
The
they
judge
gather
clarified that a
America, Russia
convict
and
does
co
not need to
to
be
fight the
enforced for
way.
records to be
Nigeria
compiled,
is taking the
stating that
glory,
the rights
jumping
of a
up. That
convict
they
are
have never
different
sit
from the
down and
rights of a
ask themselves,
defendant.
why is it that
This
the
is a
UK come
critical
out and
legal
say,
distinction
no
that the
winner,
court
no
feels is
vacuum?
being twisted to whip up
Ask
public
yourself
sentiment.
that question. Did
The
they
judge
declare
even
you
told
winner?
other lawyers in the
Because they
courtroom
knew that
knew
you are
that
not the one
Kanu's
that fought
presence
the
was
war.
not necessary
They
for that
fought the war for
specific
you.
administrative task.
And they knew what
This
they
ruling
saw
sets the stage for
in
a
the war,
massive showdown on Monday,
what they
December
went through,
8th.
what they
The
suffer
court has
in the
agreed to
hands of the
squeeze Kanu's
Biafrans.
case into the
Not to
docket
talk more now
despite a busy
that
schedule.
UK
The
will
question
not
now
put
is,
on. It's
will
only
Kanu
me
find a
and you.
lawyer by Monday to
Baba,
move this
TJ
motion,
Wuku,
or will he continue to try and fight from the
then go
shadows of
over
Sokoto
collect.
prison without
Now we be
professional
saying
representation? The government
men
has
the
already moved
verse
him to Sokoto
and men they already the
specifically to
verse.
keep him away from court,
Bitterness is on the
citing
ground.
security risks.
Baba, relax.
Reversing that transfer
No,
would be a
Guaneri.
major victory for Kanu
No, say
and a
then go turn the
significant
Fulani to
concession
pepper
by the
soup.
state.
Suya,
So, the battle lines
24/7,
are
and
drawn.
area no matter.
Kanu is fighting to return to Abuja to be
I know
forced
area
to
no
legal
ha, and
action.
area
The
no
court
go
is
to Kuma
insisting
ike.
on strict legal
Ore na
procedure,
akwa ha.
and the family is
But
caught in the
wapa
middle,
is sheba.
trying to be the voice for a man
James
who is
Somoto,
currently
so you know what
silenced by
goes around will
distance
definitely
and
come around.
incarceration.
By the time he
We'll be
finally
tracking every
recovers,
minute of the
he will
December
definitely
8th
face
hearing.
the
What do you think?
consequences of
Should the
the
court
money
grant
that
Kanu's
he
request to be moved
collected.
back to
Are you
Abuja for
hearing
his
me?
appeal? Or is the
Yes,
risk of a
James Somoto
jailbreak impeachment
may
too high?
face
Let me know
the
your thoughts in the
consequences
comments.
because the higher court is looking into the matter because you cannot judge somebody without backing up with the law. There must be a law back up with your judgment over anybody, regardless of whom the person may be. So the higher court now is may likely look onto it, and the way they are checkmating it, going cross-checking the whole fact now, they are seeing it of a truth. I'm not sure where is the law, and there was no law for that. And let me tell you, my beloved brother, his brother now who filed the case, who collected the case, is not a lawyer. So they need a lawyer, a competent lawyer who can file the case and submit it so that it will be easy for the appeal court to round up this thing for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and at the same time to move him from Sokoto. Not that they are tormenting him from Sokoto or whatever. He's having his cooling place in Sokoto, but in terms of appearing in the court is where his brother is considering because of the distance. So he needed a nearby prison whereby it can be easy for him to appear in the appeal court. You understand? Which they, not that they turn it down, as Nigerian bloggers are carrying it up and down. They didn't turn it down. It was an advice to his brother that the people that have, you know, that it was their duty, are lawyers, not you, except you go to at least CCA's, because I saw it, CCA's course of law. And in going CCA's course of law, that means the time of appealing will exceed. You understand? So, in other words, they are trying to encourage his brother to do the needful by looking for a competent lawyer, or that the family should as well, since they have a legal team before, maybe one or two of them, like Ejimako and Maswell, it may not really be all the legal team group per se. it might be two of them, finance them so that they can, carry out the process as duly required according to the constitution. So that was the advice, the instruction given to his brother. If you take a look at this case now, it's a similar case to what happened in Kenya. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was here in Nigeria while one of his brother carried a lawyer, you understand, in Kenya to file up the case, you understand, which at the end of the day, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu won. Kenya surrendered and submitted their name that they actually, participated on illegal activities, illegal crime within Nigeria, which they open up publicly, apologizes, and vow to pay some compensational money that worth about 100 and something million Nigerian naira. That is 10 shillings. You understand? 10 million shillings thereabout. So the same thing now is what they are trying to advise him. Get a lawyer that will help you to carry out these activities so that, because you still have 3 months, you understand? So from now till February next year, there should be need of positive result, because the whole world have condemned it. The judges here are condemning it. The competent judges and competent lawyers are against it. Even the normal well-meaning Nigerians knows that that judge it shows that Tinubu, British, like what you heard from the idiot minister of the British said, because of that they are trade by barter, so they conclude to kill Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But at the end of the day, God turned the whole thing upside down, which Kanu still live to fight again.
But what do you think that the Nigerian government are scared of, based on the transfer, they don't want him to have communication with his lawyer, and at the same time, they are clergy pastors or past clergies in Southeast. They said what? They said this case is not about justice, about political gains and what have you by the Nigerian government. Why do you think that the government are now scared that they now distance Nnamdi Kanu from his lawyer? Because just like you said, there will not be access, there will not be easy access, and they are saying what? They are telling Tinubu, the clergy in the Southeast are telling Tinubu now to do the needful by overturning this sentence and setting Nnamdi Kanu free finally.
And they are scared of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because you can see it playing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, anywhere he appears, he turned the table down. He draws souls to himself. He made people to see reason of what he is doing. You understand? And he made people to understand, and the people will reason with him that they tag him, they give him a bad name, but it's not what the Nigerians have tagged him to be. You understand? So that is why they are scared of him, and he has exposed so many things about Nigeria and the British. Their illegal activities going on against humanity, especially Christians nations to be precise, which are against human race on this planet Earth. You understand? So he have exposed so many things, and him standing out of living means that he's standing out to take away food from the tables of the British, to be precise, and many so-called criminals, Nigerian politicians. Because in Biafra land, I don't know whether you listened to one of his videos when he started his broadcast. He said he's not moved by car, he's not moved by house, he's not bothered of anything. You understand? He's not bothered of Ururi, by whatsoever position. He's not bothered about anything earthly. That what is bothered about? Freedom. That even in UK, that even if you don't have money, that they will give you a house, they still pay you, they still make you have sense of belonging. But in Nigeria, here in Africa, they are turning the whole thing upside down, that we are not having the same asset. Why is it that the same thing is not playing here? So all those structure and mentality is what they want Nigerian government to start doing, which they are denying every citizen of this country. You understand? All those kind of a thing. We have the right, like I told you, every year. Do you know how many graduates of different departments that Nigeria produces? At the end of the day, they will carry their certificate and drop it in the house and start doing Okada job. And start riding Okada. Start driving Keke Marwa. A BSc holder, a master's holder, PhD. I shocked when I saw a PhD driving Keke Marwa. You understand? Because no job. And government is not doing anything to help. Check this dash fire rider now. If you check him now, he's a graduate. You understand? Because of no job. That's why he's doing this mining job just to earn a living. Does it supposed to be so? You go to school, you don't have hope. You are going to school, you don't have hope in the country that you are as a citizen. Your country, not even in another country, your own country, don't have hope. See many people today. That is why these Fulanis are telling you, give them gun. They don't need education. Because now they live and they survive through gun. Whereby they have much education, their mentality and their orientation will change. They will have a meaningful life. But because Nigeria is not working, that's why all these things are going on. And the Europeans doesn't want that kind of development to take place in Africa. You understand? But they allow it to be happening in their own place. That is to tell you the wickedness in the highest order. Thank God for people like Dnap Kanu. Thank God for people like for Putin. Thank God for people like Donald Trump. Thank God for Netanyahu. Thank God for these people as well. Look at somebody like Captain Ibrahim Traore. Because the young man has stood up and he stand aside that his own people must be liberated from this bondage. French government have been looking for all possible means, including the British, to kill him. That's the same way they are looking for means to kill Dnap Kanu, for standing out, for speaking the truth, for exposing their evil activities against Africans.